What's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So the Tony Bellew, the WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the world, looks like the WBC are gonna grant this man emeritus status. Emeritus status for Tony Bellew, man. The WBC must really think highly of Tony Bellew to grant him the emeritus status. Well, you know, the emeritus status, for those who don't know what it is basically when a champion, and this is when a champion can come back. Let's say like a champion retires, like for example Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He retired with them WBC straps, whether it's at 154 or 147. Well, if he decides to come back, he can fight for that WBC belt. He can be the first person in line and fight the current champion, whoever is the champion at the time. Like right now, if Keith Thurman is the WBC champ, Floyd Mayweather could come right away and fight the man, Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Actually, the last few people who've been granted emeritus status have been Floyd Mayweather and who else? And Vitaly Klitschko. You know what I mean? When Vitaly Klitschko retired with his WBC strap, them fellas became the emeritus champ. That's what he was granted by the WBC, you know what I mean? So the man Tony Bellew has been granted this emeritus status, meaning that this title, this fight between Myris Briedis and Marco Huck, it was initially for the interim WBC Cruiserweight Championship. Well, this fight has been elevated to full championship. So the winner of this fight right now will be the WBC champ between Myris Briedis and Marco Huck. This fight will be April 1st, April Fool's Day. That's this Saturday, actually, out there in Germany. You know what I'm saying? So Tony Bellew has been granted this position because, the man did take step-aside money. He was supposed to face Myris Briedis after he beat Ilango Makabu. Briedis has been the mandatory, but they gave that man some step-aside money. Tony Bellew's team gave Myris Briedis some step-aside money with the agreement that he could fight a voluntary, and that's when he fought BJ Flores. You know what I'm saying? And he knocked BJ Flores out in like 3 rounds. You know what I mean? Tony Bellew did. And then Tony Bellew stepped up to heavyweight. You know what I mean? He asked for permission, actually, at a WBC convention. I can't remember where it was at, but it was a WBC convention, and he asked permission to fight the man David Haye. You know what I mean? And the WBC anonymously granted him that permission to fight David Haye at the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? So Tony Bellew right now, you know what I'm saying, whether he continues fighting at heavyweight, if he decides to come back down to cruiserweight, he can fight the winner of Myris Briedis and Marco Huck. Whoever wins that fight will be the WBC champ. And this man, Tony Bellew, is the emeritus champ. Man, that's a good look for him, man. Ever since he did that movie, that Rocky movie, man, with Michael B. Jordan, this guy, Tony Bellew, can't go. He's winning in life, you know what I mean? He can't do no wrong, you know what I mean? He beat Makabu, a fight where, a lot of people ain't think he was going to win, including me. And, he came through in that fight, you know what I mean? He knocked out BJ Flores. BJ Flores never been knocked out before. You know what I'm saying? He got a big win over David Haye. You know what I'm saying? So, things is looking up for him, man. So, I don't think this guy will remain in boxing for too long anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just going to fight big fights, collect big paychecks, and retire like he said, you know what I mean? But we never know. These guys always get the itch to get back, you know what I mean? Get back in the mix. So there we have it. Tony Bellew is the emeritus champion and for the WBC Cruiserweight title. And the WBC Cruiserweight title will be fought against Myris Briedis and Marco Huck April 1st, this Saturday. B Marsh Boxing, let me know in the comment section what you think about this guy, Tony Bellew, being granted this position as the emeritus champ. All right, B Marsh Boxing, I'm out. Peace.